Nagbabalik po ang She Said at kasama pa rin po natin ang mag-asawa si Bob at si Gia.
The couple that found love at the West End.
Yeah. Anyway, here are some, regalo, presents. We have some hygiene soap and hot chocolate for you, Gia. And some papaya soap for you, Bob. And salamat and hot chocolate. Thank you to Classic Herbs Corporation. Thank you to Tita Lilia, Tita Cora, to John, and to Jay.
And dried mangoes and dried mandarin from Francis Malika Chao. Thank you to R&M.
Thank you.
We'd like to thank SM
For our clothes, yes, they've got it all for you and for us.
And we'd like to thank Tony and Guy, located at
6750. Thank you to Cherry, TJ, and Gian.
Thanks, guys.
And
who else? I'd like to thank Beverly Hills 6750.
And I'd like to thank Dr. Levy and Dr. Ana Lansangan of Shimian, Manila, and Mert Besa of Besas. Thank you.
Thank you. So I wanted to ask Bob, why the violin? You play the violin, but of all the musical instruments, what was your influence? Why did you choose that?
Well, my father was an amateur violinist, so he started me on it.
How old were you?
6.
Really?
Yeah.
And you liked it?
I didn't like practicing, but I liked the instrument.
Did you used to watch him, or he just introduced it to you when you were 6?
I used to watch him, but he did. Yeah, I think it was always his. He's dead now, but it was always his dream to have one of his children.
So did they offer that in your school, or did you have to go to a special?
They offered it in the school, but it's not very good in the school, so I went privately. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You know, we should have asked you to bring your violin, and Gia could have sang.
Oh yeah.
We're back in October. We'll do it.
Yeah, in October.
He left his violin in London.
Oh, he did.
Okay.
Because he's supposed to be on holiday.
Right. Okay.
And maybe she
No
can
working.
sing.
Oh, yeah, we'll make her sing before we close. And then from being a violinist, how did you become a conductor?
Well, the conducting is a comparatively recent thing, but it's I just started doing. I have a music festival in England that I started a few years ago. That's near where we live. It's quite a community festival, so I started conducting that a bit. Although I did do it many years ago. So yeah, it just seems to be a natural progression, really.
Yeah, we'll take a look at some of the photos that you brought in today. So,
Okay.
you talk us through the photos, KG.
Okay.
And
GMX.
what other instruments do you play? Do you play?
Piano, viola.
Oh, you do?
Viola.
Oh, nice. So what kind of training
sing.
does
Gee,
conductor?
this is-
Really, you can sing together.
Oh,
Okay.
this is your concert, right?
Where is that?
Yeah, this
The
one was at
CCP.
the CCP.
That 2 years ago?
Yeah, that's Gia in black.
Music Trio Magic.
And that's Bob and
My
her
sister
lap.
Lisa. That's with Ballet Manila.
That Ballet Manila.
Yeah. That was when I played Nala in
Great.
the West End.
Ah.
Were you the first Filipino to play Nala?
Yeah.
You were, right?
Yeah.
And what were the auditions like?
Nerve-wracking, like any other
Is
audition.
this you and Maya?
Yeah, that's Maya. She was in the ensemble. We were the only 2 Filipinos
In the cast.
in the original. Well, no, she wasn't in the cast of Lion King at that time.
In fact, Maya lives about 5 minutes from us.
Yeah,
Really?
we're neighbors. Yeah, that's the poster of Music Trio Magic.
That was 206. No,
2007.
7.
Yeah, 2007.
You do look like Lisa a lot.
I know.
Yeah, you're obviously sisters. What about your
The
brother?
Night of Music,
Does he
Dance,
sing
and
or
Magic.
dance?
No, my brother's the normal person. He's the
It's a good
financial
thing that
consultant.
You didn't all go into the same fields. One took dance, one took music,
Yeah.
one's like normal. And this is a
These
collage
are
of
just
photos from.
various photos with the cast. With
This is all Lion King.
yeah, with the director. This is a concert we did in 2005. No. Anyway, a few years back.
And this is.
This is Simba and Nala.
Who's Simba?
Brian Temba, who played
Oh,
Simba for many
Is he
years.
Filipino?
No, he's South African.
South African. This is Saigon.
I was very young then. That's Miss Saigon.
Yeah, just one of the few photos.
You're very
of her
young,
dad
but you
has.
look younger now.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
me and Bob.
Wow. Where love was born.
Yeah.
Was it hard to wear that costume? It looks kind of heavy.
It's
Oh, the black's fine, you know. Oh, sorry.
That's a new one. G, I heard that, yeah.
It takes a while to put that on, to get used to. That's why after the show, actually, because 5 years of being in the show, I had a lot of neck problems and back problems because it's quite difficult sort of acting with
What was
the mask
easier,
and the-
Saigon or Lion King? They
Um,
both had their own, like Lion King, a lot of you guys had injuries and the stage was
Yeah.
like slanted, so it was hard to do the dance and
yeah, I think vocally Saigon is a bit more complex and harder on the vocal cords.
and for Lion King.
Stage-wise,
The set
Lion
design.
King was a lot more complicated to put up. It involved a lot of
Costume.
factors, departments coming together, beginning with the costumes, puppets, music, sets. It's sort of, it's like the cartoon that's come to life. So, on that hand, on the actors, it's a high risk injury kind of show as well. So I actually entered the show originally as a swing because
Right.
of the accidents that would happen and people who would get sick. They needed people who were trained enough to cover many tracks in the
Wow.
show.
That's difficult.
So I had to learn pretty much all the
Everyone's
women
roles.
tracks, at least vocally, aside from the voices, movements as well. So yeah, it's quite a difficult show.
So was there any experience that you had, like suddenly this girl gets sick and then you had to
yes,
step in right
fact,
away?
Mid-show?
in the show, Nala comes out only in the second half because in the first half of the show, she's still a child. She's played by a child. The second half, she grew up na. The girl playing Nala came in, and because she has to go upstairs and then go downstairs and make her next entrance on the other side of the stage. Anyway, she made her exit and she fell down the stairs,
Whoa.
sprained her ankle.
Right then and there.
So the show had to stop, curtain down, and I had to change into my Nala costume
many
in like 5 minutes or 10 minutes, I think.
my
As fast as
gosh.
I could, really. Put
Yes.
the mask on, costume, everything. And
Go out there and replace
come in
her.
and suddenly sing the song cold from scratch.
Yeah.
But
It's the most nerve-wracking thing, but I did it.
so every night you're sitting down there thinking, will this be my night to go on or
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, usually you're told in advance anyway, but of course things happen, accidents happen, sickness.
so as swing you got to be there every single night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And you have to bring, what, you have all the costumes of everybody?
It's there.
Yeah, I've got the costumes of
You got-
everybody.
You got your own, so you
Yeah.
didn't have to wear her
Yeah.
like sweaty costume.
No. We all have our own.
Okay, so when you go
costumes.
for rehearsals, you also rehearse at the same time?
The music
Jo-
rehearsals
is-
happen separately, and they only come together like a
In
little
the
before
end,
the
like-
show.
Yeah, they're the privileged class. They only come when
And how often do you
they get
do you
paid more
rehearse?
than us, and yet they
No way.
Really?
At Lion King,
Yeah? How often would you rehearse?
never.
Really?
musicians have a very good
We have
place.
we
in
have the
West End,
rehearsals at
yeah.
the beginning of the run, and then
No pickup
there's
rehearsals.
No, there's one run through for the cast change, and that's it. And there might be.
Oh, because
a
they have
rehearsal.
it recorded already, so if you need to run through, they just play the recorded music. How does that go for run-throughs?
No, actually, it's not recorded. It's more like if there's a rehearsal going on, then it's just piano.
Oh, just-
doesn't
oh,
require
just-
the entire orchestra. Well, because if the orchestra comes in for each rehearsal, can you imagine
Too
how much
expensive.
that's going to cost?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, and if you get the, I was just gonna ask you if
Yeah,
you
you-
ever, considered doing the acting part, but after Gia said you guys are paid much more, then I kind of got the answer to my question.
No, and we have a fantastic contract there where we don't really have to be there that often. So I'm not actually in the show that much. I'm off doing other things, so I just put a deputy in.
So can you actually
That's,
do
uh,
like 2 shows at a time?
Yeah, I can do
I
as
mean, he
many.
can-
It's
yeah.
unbelievable, really. I can do as many as I want or as few as I want.
And unlike in the West End, actors have most of the time yearly contracts,
Uh-huh.
and you have to do all of the shows basically. With musicians, it's different. They can take sabbatical leaves from
Yes.
shows, like for even 3 months, do something else, and then come back to the same show if the show's still open.
Right.
But Lion King has such a longevity. I mean, It's been
Yes,
in
yes.
the West End for 10 years. It's celebrating its 10th year, 10 years this year. That, yeah, he's managed to do other things and then come back to the show.
Did you get pregnant thinking, oh, did you plan the pregnancy and say, oh, if I get pregnant again, then I'm probably going to stop Lion King after? Or everything just fell into place?
I just really wanted children.
You want some more?
No more na yata. Don't think so.
No more. No
we
more
got
for
a
you
girl
either.
and we got a
More
boy.
sleepless
Perfect.
nights.
Yeah, I know. Boy and girl.
So
Perfect.
I think that's it for us.
So when you do one play at a time, are you allowed to do another? Like you are, but
It depends. Yeah, how long the contract of the show is.
do you have to ask permission?
Well, not at the moment. I'm just doing sort of little shows here and there.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, if a show lasts for like 3 rehearsals and then the show's finished in 2 or 3 shows and it's finished.
Okay, why is obviously a new favorite word of everyone from London?
What?
Everyone says obviously. I cannot count how many times Craig and Chris would say obviously.
Obviously?
Well, it's
Really?
ob-
Obviously.
it's obvious.
Obviously. I swear, I'm like, okay, I come back after how many years and everyone says obviously at least like 5 times in a matter
Did
of
I
1
just say
hour.
obviously?
You just said obviously.
I think it replaced actually. Actually.
Actually, my children are always saying actually, and they're only like 3. And actually. Okay,
Yeah,
so
like, obviously.
so have you done any plays in London that were Filipino, like Tagalog?
Not plays, but recently my last show there was with a newly formed group of the Miss Saigon alumnus.
Uh-huh.
We formed a group called Kulay Pinoy.
Wow.
And we sort of did like a variety show which presented the Filipino community. doing
Oh, wait a
Filipino
minute.
Stuff,
This is the
as well
day
as
of the
West
Philippine
End
Embassy thing that went on and everyone was there.
At the time.
The
we
show,
were
the
there.
show that I missed, the day I arrived, you all came from a show that night. That
Might be.
that was it, right?
Yeah,
Everyone, all the
yeah.
Saigoners were there, and
Yeah.
it was on a Sunday at like 5 p.m. or something. Was that?
No, that was a fundraising. But the people involved
It's still Kulay
in that
Pinoy.
is the people involved in that show that you missed are pretty much the same people involved in this new group.
So
Oh, wow.
many of the Filipinos have stayed on.
Oh yeah,
A lot.
Obviously, those.
So who's
who
still living
married
in-
into
Uh-huh.
very British.
Who are still living there among all the Filipinos?
Maya Barredo is there. Chris. Or
Chris.
Kabita Ken. But now she's Chris Stobin.
Stobin.
Who else? Ces Campos, who was also in the Miss Saigon. Junix Inoshan.
Junix.
The original cast of Miss Saigon 20 years ago. Monique Wilson's there
Yes.
now. Junix Inoshan. Miguel Diaz is still there.
John.
John John's in the States. John Briones
left.
is in the States.
Leon.
Leon's
Lourdes.
in Germany. Lourdes
Gosh,
from
it's like nobody came back here.
No, a lot came back here also. But yeah, a lot.
But
a
good
lot
for them. I
stayed
mean,
on.
many have stayed on.
Yeah, and what's nice is that we've all become quite good friends.
Yes.
So we perform with each other, and
Who started
we
Kulay
get
Pinoy?
together all the time. Kulay Pinoy was started actually by Junix.
I
He
knew it.
directed the last show
Right.
we did together with the sister of John Briones, Ellen Briones.
So what kind of show is it? Do you have dancing?
Like
you have
showstoppers?
singing?
It was sort of based on that. We did sort of half Filipino repertoire.
We just perform
As
in
well
all
as-
functions. Like
as well as West End, stuff.
And you
West
wear
End as well? Or just
Yeah,
West
theater
End
stuff,
songs?
theater songs, as well as Filipino songs. I mean, Filipino songs are always a big hit when you live abroad.
Yes.
It's such a everyone just gets a real high.
Yeah,
when,
sentimental.
When Filipino songs.
And
are
you
sung
wear
there,
Filipino
so.
costumes?
At that time, no, but we will do hopefully in the next few shows that we're doing.
Yeah, I think it would be nice to bring some costumes over and wear them.
Yeah.
Bob, what do you think of Filipino songs?
I like them.
Is there any song that you can sing in Tagalog?
No.
The national anthem.
Do you
Obviously.
Obviously.
And the national anthem. No, I can stand for it. That's about it.
What?
The
You can
national
stand for
anthem.
it.
It's before everything here, isn't it?
Yes.
Is it sorry?
It goes before everything.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Because that's very different to the UK. Because it's never.
It's never sung.
Except before football matches.
Well, the FA.
Well,
yeah,
what's
the
up
FA
before
Cup,
the boxing match, right?
That's all.
Oh yeah, I was
Yeah, you
waiting,
guys,
waiting
what
for us
about
to get
song
to
for
that.
Hatton? What's up with that? Ricky Hatton is the man.
What about
Whatever.
for school? In schools, they don't play their national anthem before the classes?
Not really,
No.
no.
Really?
Not very
But
nationalistic.
in the Philippines.
We are nationalistic, but,
Really?
but it's in a very understated British way. I
In a
think.
not so obvious way.
Yeah. When they have 20 pints, they get very nationalistic.
But here in the Philippines, before classes begin, everybody sings the national anthem. And before, we used to even go outside to the garden in front of the flagpole and sing together with
Yeah.
all the other
And do the
grades.
Panatang Makabayan.
Yes,
Yeah,
we would
I
have
don't
the
know if they do that.
Pledge of Allegiance after.
G, what do you miss most about living in the Philippines?
My family.
Oh, hi,
food.
Tita Marisa is
Hi,
a
Tita
good
Marisa.
friend of our parents. So hi, Tita Marisa.
Um,
I love the way she dresses.
I know.
Yeah.
She was wearing these lovely shoes the other day in the reunion. But she's always been a very smart dresser.
Yes,
That's
yes.
the Marisa Macuja.
Yeah. But yeah, the food, and then my friends. You know, it's in England it's more, it's like you're a small fish in a big pond.
Right.
Here it's like you're a big fish in a smaller pond, and so everyone kind of knows each other. You know, you go
Right.
into a party and you know
Yes.
each other. There it's kind of like huge. So you know, I miss sort of that sort of being just really familiar with each other. And
So do you have any Filipino friends that you just met when you were there and you're very close to now, or friends from
They're
before?
mostly Saigoners.
mostly Saigoners, yeah, mostly people I worked with there. I mean, I didn't necessarily work with them here, but
Yes.
just sort of met them there. But yeah, we sort of move within the same circles.
So what
Okay.
roles did you play in Miss Saigon?
I understudied and played both Gigi and Ellen. I was the
Ah.
first Filipino who did Ellen at the
Right,
time.
right.
And I played her like as a, although originally it was as a blonde, I played her like as an American Asian kind of thing.
So maybe the two of you can sing a duet from Miss
No,
Saigon.
Gia can do it alone. Yeah, come on, G. As we end the show,
Yeah,
do
before we
any
go.
song from Miss Saigon.
And you can pretend to play.
Your mini violin.
Yeah.
I've got a cough.
It's okay.
It's okay, you
You
can
can't,
sing.
you can't sing any better
She's
even
got
if
a
you were
really
normal.
bad chest infection.
Yeah. Ano na lang.
Okay,
In
what?
October we have shows. So,
So you come back.
Okay, just a little part.
what can I sing?
Something not too
Not,
high. so
it
you
doesn't
won't
have to
a
be
hard
the
time.
whole song.
Last night I watched you sleeping, my body pressed to him, and then he started speaking. The name I heard him speak was Kim. Okay, finished.
Oh my gosh!
Oh my god.
Oh, my hair's
Okay, can you
standing.
do that whole song when you come back and like Bob can do the
Okay,
violin
yeah,
on
yeah.
October?
Yeah, okay.
Sige.
Yeah.
So we're
Okay.
gonna be looking
You're
forward
coming
to
back.
that.
That's soon, huh?
Yeah, they're coming back.
It's Lisa's 25th, Lisa McCoy's 25th
Anniversary.
celebration.
Okay.
And we're
You're all
gonna
coming. Are you gonna perform
Yeah,
as
you know
well?